Alan Dershowitz, professor emeritus at Harvard Law School, joins us now. Thanks so much for being with us. You know, everybody knows now, Dr. Fauci refused to answer a single question, pleading the fifth 111 times. Now he's been voted in contempt. Do you think that was the right decision?
No, he will win. He will never spend a day in jail. I will stake my reputation on it. He had a perfect right to plead the Fifth Amendment. Should he have done it? I wouldn't have done it. I would have told the whole truth and nothing but the truth. But he had a constitutional right. Look, the framers of the Constitution made a deal with America. You have a choice. You can prosecute somebody or you can get at the truth. But you can't make the person you're prosecuting tell you the truth. So if Congress wants the information, it's very simple. Just give him total immunity. Stop going after him. Get his information. Then he has no Fifth Amendment privilege. But he now has a Fifth Amendment privilege as to state prosecution. He has a Fifth Amendment privilege as to anything after his pardon. And he has a Fifth Amendment privilege as to anything in the future. So he doesn't have a prospective Fifth Amendment privilege, but he has a Fifth Amendment privilege about anything in the future that goes after him for what he did in the past between the time he got the pardon and the time he testified. So he's going to win this case, and it would be so much better just to give him immunity, face the reality that the Constitution doesn't permit you to prosecute him, and get the truth.
I've heard that today from Democrats and Republicans, and I'm anxious to see where this moves. Senator Blumenthal, in fact, suggested that blanket immunity for Fauci, and he says that way you wouldn't have any legitimate option to stay silent. But I'm curious, what do you think is more important, retribution or revelation? Because a lot of folks, they kind of want their pound of flesh.
Well, it's not even a close question. In this case, what you need is revelation. You need information. You need the truth. And if you want the truth, you got to give him immunity. Now, it's not a perfect solution because he can still claim that he has a privilege not to incriminate himself for state charges. And we know that the prosecutors in Florida are after him, prosecutors in other states. Mm-hmm. It's an interesting question. I would teach it to my students in con law, and I don't know the answer to this. Could Congress give him immunity from state prosecution under the Supremacy Clause, saying, look, this is really a federal issue, much more than a state issue. We're taking over. We want information. We're giving you immunity not only from the federal prosecution, state prosecution. That might hold up. But without giving him immunity, they're just not getting this information because his lawyer is going to completely and understandably tell him you don't want to incriminate yourself. They want to put you in jail. You don't have to help them put you in jail.
Well, that's why we have you on. I haven't heard anyone else suggest that federal action to preclude the states from doing that. Alan Dershowitz, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Information. Truth. Is freedom. Is Newsmax. It's real news for real people.